Guys, it is no secret that I absolutely love frogfish. It's so cool watching them sort of walk along the bottom and use their little lure to hunt, but there are some absolute giants in these waters, and today we're gonna go and try and find one. So the secret to finding critters on the reef is to first look for their habitat. The giant frogfish we were looking for is a master mimic with a preference for hunting from big sponges. And luckily for us, this site was covered in them. Although when critter hunting, it's always a good idea to zoom out from time to time. So this white-tipped reef shark had come up from the depths to check us out, although they weren't the only big predators around. These blue-spotted stingrays can be seen resting up or sifting through the sand in search of small crustaceans and mollusks. However, much bigger stingrays also patrol the reef here. Now, the enormous barrel sponges that these monster frogfish hunt from are large vase-shaped invertebrates that play a crucial role in coral reef ecosystems. Their porous bodies filter vast amounts of water, extracting plankton and other organic particles for nourishment. And these ones were absolutely enormous. However, guys, although we were looking for a foot-long giant frogfish, it's also important to look a little closer from time to time. This tiny little white frogfish was just 2 centimeters long. At this size, it's very difficult to identify the exact species, but the presence of tiny hairs hint that this one might be a hairy frogfish. The hairy frogfish is a fantastic variant, but it's not the giant we're after. We also stumbled across a very special critter that I'd not seen before. This small, colourful little crustacean is a candy crab. Candy crabs are covered in spines and tubercles that help them blend seamlessly into the soft corals and sea fans that they inhabit. Like a lot of small crabs, they use their tiny claws to catch and feed on plankton and small organic particles in the water that drift by. Guys, I was convinced we would find the monster frogfish we were looking for resting up on one of the large sponges in the deep. But this fish was proving difficult to find, and the hunt was going to be much harder than I first thought. We continued looking for the giant frogfish in the shallow water, which was also home to a number of other fantastic reef creatures, including another group of marine critters that, like the frogfish, have also mastered camouflage and mimicry, the nudibranchs. Nudibranchs exhibit a vast array of vibrant colours and patterns. They also vary widely in size, from tiny species measuring just a few millimetres long, to the larger ones exceeding 50 centimetres. This little Pikachu nudie is definitely one of my favourites though. Now, other bizarre looking creatures patrol the shallows in search of food, including this little seamoth, although seamoths are known for their unique armoured bodies and wing-like pectoral fins that they use to walk along the ocean floor. These little guys are constantly on the move in search of small invertebrates, which unfortunately for me makes them a real challenge to film. Guys, dive one done. We didn't find the giant frogfish, but it was a super cool dive. Couple of firsts for me on that dive. We found that little candy crab. Really hard to film though, kept moving about, which yeah, wasn't fantastic, but I think we got the job done. Also awesome to see the white-tip reef shark, and also the cowtail stingray as well was super cool. We did obviously also find that little white frogfish, so it's a good start, but yeah, we need one probably about 1,000 times the size. That'll do. So yeah, plan now is we're gonna move to a different spot. We're gonna give it a go, see what we find. Let's do it. Let's go down. So the ocean floor in this area is covered in a nutrient-rich muck. The muck supports a huge diversity of marine life and is home to a number of very charismatic hole-dwelling species. However, sometimes you have to be very patient. This jawfish is a burrow-dwelling fish, known for its unique behaviours. As their name would suggest, jawfish have large mouths that they use for excavating and maintaining a burrow that they retreat into to hide from predators. They don't just use their large mouths for moving rocks though, as they're also mouth brooders, with the males carrying the fertilised eggs in their cavernous mouths until they hatch. I'll try and record this behaviour next time. It also didn't take us long to find another frogfish, but like the last one, this definitely wasn't the monster we were looking for. This is a juvenile painted frogfish. Interestingly, different frogfish species have lures that imitate different critters. This subtle difference helps with identification, and this one's small little pink lure is a dead giveaway. So this frogfish is actually mimicking a poisonous black and orange flatworm that most smart predators on the reef know to stay well away from. Like the flatworms, nudibranchs have also adopted vibrant coloration to avoid predation. However, although flatworms and nudibranchs look similar, biologically they're actually quite different. Aside from nudibranchs having a more complex organ system, they also possess unique chemical defences derived from their prey, whereas flatworms typically rely more on their regenerative abilities and stealth. I think it's pretty obvious that neither of them rely on their speed though. Guys, another awesome dive. We did find a frogfish, but it was just a little tiny one and not the big one we're after. What else did we see? Oh yeah, jawfish. I had to wait ages for that guy to come out of his hole, but he did eventually. We saw the leaf scorpion in the shallows, which was also really nice. And yeah, the shallows was super cool today. There were tons of schooling fish around. There was a big trevally actually coming through and hunting the sergeant majors and stuff, which is cool to see. But yeah, I am freezing cold as ever, so let's go rest up and I will see you back down at the beach. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Episode 2 drops in a couple of weeks. If you don't want to miss it, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And in the meantime, if you're keen for more, you'll probably love this video too.